సతీష్, చూసావా ఒకసారి? మరి పంపిస్తావా? నేను చేయలేను కదా. అంటే ఎవరైతే రాని వాళ్ళకి సార్ క్విక్ మెసేజ్ పంపించమన్నాడు. పంపిస్తున్నారా? ఎవరు పంపిస్తున్నారు? మహర్కి పంపిస్తుంది. పంపిస్తున్నావా? ఓకే, ఓకే.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you can hear me. So, welcome to nCodeIT. I'm here to talk about Java full stack real-time project. Uh, Before going to start, let me introduce myself. I'm Pujita Karyava. I do have 2 years experience of working in Java full stack development. Currently, right now, I'm working in an MNC. I also have an experience, 2+ years of experience in teaching. My skills are Java, J2E, Spring Boot, Microservices, Angular, DevOps, and AWS Cloud. So at the end, we'll have a Q&A session where you can ask your doubts. I'll be giving you a 20 minutes time so that you can ask whatever the doubts and questions you have. So, so and coming to the prerequisites and course content, let me present my screen. So you can see my screen, right? So we have 3 projects in our course. Uh, the course duration is 60 days, and every day we have a session from 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m., which is a 1.5 hour session. So we'll have 3 projects in the duration of 60 days, starting from the basic concepts of Java to a full stack application. So full stack in the sense you will get to know the end to end of an application, like starting from the front end of an application to its back end and its databases. So you will get to know with that everything. Like by the end of this course, you will be able to develop a full stack application by your own. So, and you will also get a hands-on experience. We'll guide. I will guide you through the installation of tools for every project. The real-time tools like Eclipse, and you will get to know. You will get familiar with real-time tools like Maven, MySQL, Postman, GitHub, everything. Every real-time tool you need while developing a full stack application, you will get to know them. You will be used to it by the end of this course. And then you will also have a mock interview session where you will be trying for a company interview. So coming to the prerequisites of this project, uh, one needs to know about core Java. And core Java in the sense you need to have a basic understanding of OOPS concepts, servlets, and a basic SQL like CRUD operations. What I mean is like you need to know like how to insert data into the database, how to manipulate data in the database, the basic SQL thing. Added advantages, if you know about Spring Boot, it will be an added advantage. Uh, it's not I mean, it is not even a problem if you don't know anything. We'll start from the scratch. I will start from the basic Java and take you to the advanced topics like Spring Boot, Angular. So you don't have to worry that even if you don't know about basic oops concept, because everything will be covered while I explain or while we do hands-on sessions. I'll talk about like every topic before going into the coding part. I'll be talking about the topics that are going to cover in like let's say today we are concentrating on core Java team. We are working on core Java project. So before that, I'm going to I'm going to explain whatever the topics that we are going to cover today. Let's say that may be a roots concept, or that may be an exception handling, everything. So uh, everything that is going to be covered uh, in the project will be explained beforehand. Even if you don't have a knowledge about it, you will be familiar by the end of the class. So the main aim of this course, uh, uh, in the sense, by the end of this course, you will, excuse me, the main aim of this course is to make you an independent programmer so that you can ace any interview, as you will be familiar with every real-time project tools and technologies. That is the main aim of this course. I can guarantee you that you can become an independent programmer. Like, you can create your own applications by the end of this course. So that is the aim of this course. So coming to the course content, uh, as I said, we'll have 3 projects. The first project is building an email system, project 1. You can see my screen, right? So building an email system. It focuses mainly on core Java, like starting from the basic concepts to the advanced topics in Java. This project will cover, and we are not directly going to jump into like advanced topics like Spring and Spring Boot. We are going to start from the basics. That is because as you know, that basics are very important, because like, let's say when you join a company, you will get a business requirement, or you will get a functional requirement for a project. What happens is, if you know the basics, uh, ultimately whatever the functional requirements or business requirements you need to solve, you need to translate them into a Java methods or functions. Is it? Let me say an example. Let's say you all know about Flipkart, right? Uh, I think there is nobody, I mean, who doesn't know about Flipkart. So let's say a business requirement, that is add to cart functionality. It is a requirement. How do you want to implement it? You are going to implement it using a Java method, right? So every functionality that is going to be implemented, you need uh, that. I mean, you should know. What I'm trying to say is that you should have a better understanding of fundamentals. So because there are like many advantages uh, for a person who knows who have a better understanding of basics. Uh, you can even start your own business if you have a better clear idea of the basics. So this is going to cover the topics like what's say oops concepts, and exception handling, files. So this building an email system includes like registering an email, displaying the info. Let me write it down so you can see clearly. Registering an email and displaying the saved data. Also, um, how to save like saving in a file, because we are going to even deal with the files, like saving a file, retrieving information from the file. So we are like touching every concept in from basic Java to core Java. We are like touching every topic. The aim of this project is like to explore to cover all the concepts, like piece of every concept is covered here. Uh, to, as I said, the functionalities of this is like registering an email where you will get to create a email of a person by taking his details, and then you're gonna display the saved data of that person. You're going to save it in a file, and then you will retrieve it from file. So you will get to know all the file operations by this. And you will also know about exception handling. So these are the topics we are going to cover in this project. Uh, yeah. So, so apart from this, not only the concepts, you will also get to know about the IDE. You will be familiar with the real-time tools like Eclipse. You will be guided even through the installations. You don't even have to worry about how do I install it, how do I set up my system to be able to work with the project. You don't have to worry. You will be guided. You will be guided from the installation step by step. I am with you in every step of this project. I can help you install the project. I can help you resolve your errors. I can help you resolve your doubts. So everything. We will start the project only after like all the setup is done in your systems. So like you will be parallelly doing with me, you will be parallelly learning with me, completing the project step by step. So and also you will be like guided from the basic installation to upload your uploading your project to GitHub, pushing the code to GitHub. That is the final step. The first step is installing your IDE and then coding or learning whatever the thing, completing the project. And the final step is like pushing your code to GitHub. That will be the final step. Till then, I will be guiding you. I'll be helping you to do everything. So these are the things you are going to learn by the completion of the first project. That is, you will be familiar with the Eclipse IDE. See, every concept I explain with an example. So every concept you learn, you do it with an example. So you not only you will get familiar with this IDE thing, you will also familiar with the concepts. You will be used you will get used to the coding like hands-on session. Only the theory part. It will be not like a movie, like sitting and listening to whatever I am talking. You need to code and I'll be helping you with that. So every concept we are going to cover, we will code for everything parallelly. So it's not like in the school like learning only listening, because you are going to enter into the market where you need to solve the problems, where you need to solve all the business requirements for an organization. So you will be an independent. You don't, you should not depend on anyone after entering into the organization. So to prepare you for that, I'll help. I'll guide you because I do have an experience of working as an independent in an organization. I'll guide you how it works. I'll guide you in that path. So yeah, these are the concepts we are going to. You will get after by the completion of the first project. How requirements are turned into code. Let's say you have a requirement, as you said, email should be registered. So how you going to implement that as a code? Like writing that maybe writing methods or classes, everything. You will get familiar with that. How to see in such a way that every requirement you see, you will get an idea like how should I code this? How should I turn this into a Java program? You will sorry. So you will be get used to that. And its concepts, exception handling, files, and also the logging. Logging means like you already heard about it mean like it is the logs. Like, excuse me. Okay. So whatever you do, so logging in the sense, it logs everything you do. right? You heard about logs, right? I guess so. Uh, it would be better if you reply me back. It's not like I'm speaking to a wall or something. If you talk back, it should be like interactive session, not like I'm going to speak till the end of the session. It's better if you talk back, if you reply me back, it would be a lot good. So yeah, you can unmute yourself and you can talk back if you have something to say. Okay. So moving on to the second project, that is the digital library, uh, where the digital library, you already know the library, normal library, right? So digital library is something similar, like which implements all the functionalities of a library, like you will you will store all the details of the books. You will get a what to say. You will get to know what are the books that are issued, what are the books that are remaining in the library, and you will get a view of how many books are there in the database. So all these the functionalities of the project. Let me write down. So project 2 is the digital library system. So the things we are going to implement here are like you will be uh, you will save the user in your database, and then you will authenticate the user. See, if you own a library, how what are the functionalities you are going to implement? That is what we are going to do here. See, first you will authenticate the user. You will see if the user is already there or not, or if the user is a registered one or a new user. You will authenticate the user, and then you will save the details of the user in the database, and then you will have a log of uh, all the books, like log of books in the sense you will know like how many books are issued, how many books are returned, how many books are left inside in DB. So these are the all the details of the books. You will get a you will get an account of everything, and then deleting a user and updating. So there are several other functionalities of this. In this project, we are going to implement all these functionalities. Functionalities, as I said, it is a requirement. It is a uh, what you say. Mm, it is one of the features, we can say, features of our project, features of our digital library system. What our digital library system can do. It can register the user. It can delete an user. It can update the details of a user. These are the things our project can do. So updating details. So these are the functionalities, and there are several other. So these are the main we are going to cover. So now to implement all of this, we need to we are going to cover topics like servlets. Have you heard the word servlets before? Even if you don't know, it's not a problem. I'm going to start it from the scratch while covering the topic. So servlets are like very useful. You know, web pages, right? Like whatever you see on the browser. Let's say there is a form. You are going to register for an event. There will be a form where you'll fill all the details. So these servlets help you collect data or input from that web page, and you can process that information. Actually, you can take the information as an input from that web page, and you can store it in your DB, or you can manipulate it, or you can perform operations on it, whatever it is. So these servlets will help you take the input through the web page forms, And you can also create web pages dynamically using these servlets in Java. I'm talking about in Java. You can do that. Okay. So we are going to cover servlets and JDBC. JDBC is like Java. Have you heard about it, JDBC, before? No? Just replying back. Even if you type in the chat, I'm happy with it. No? It's fine. So JDBC is Java Database Connectivity. It's an API. API in the sense it is like an interface between the application and the user. See, so API means like two applications can communicate with each other using API. I hope you guys are listening, right? You're not sleeping or something. Okay, fine. Someone replied. Yeah, that's good. So, so these are the topics we are going to cover in project 2. That is servlets, APIs. Java API is nothing but we'll have a predefined classes and libraries, packages we are going to use. If you heard about it, GUI Swing, all like these are the predefined libraries we use for our programming. For our program, we are going to use the predefined libraries or packages. That is what Java API means. So we are going to cover all these topics in project 2. See now we, if you like observe, we moved from the basic concepts like groups to servlets, JDBC, which are the advanced topics in Java. So you will be trained like this, like from basic concept, like in a top bottom up approach. So yeah, uh, in this project you will also know like how to create a table, create a database, manipulate data, manipulate data in database. In this project, you will also know about these things. You will get familiar with SQL, how to connect that SQL, how to connect that backend database with your Java program or Java application. You will get to know all of these things in project 2. So even if you don't have a basic understanding of what is SQL, I'll help you. We'll set up the environment like installing or like connecting this SQL with our application. I'll guide you everything. Okay. So these are the things. Oh, sorry. So these are the things you will understand by the end of the project 2. That is how to use Tomcat server. That is where our client is the browser. We are going to use like that, maybe a Chrome or something. So that is our client, and server will be the Tomcat server. And you will know like how to set up that by the end of that project. Like you will, let's say you will send some request to a server, and you will get a response back using servlets. This all thing happens using servlets. So you will learn everything by the end of that second project. And you will also get to like how to create basic forms using HTML and CSS. I think some of you already know about HTML, right? Because it is very easy compared to any other programming language. Sometimes it is not considered as a programming language. So like basic forms and how to beautify them, you will learn while doing project 2. So you will create a form, you will take the information from the user, and then you will perform some operations on that. So creating a complete web application, and you will also know about some other functionalities or like features of Java, Lombok, and how it reduces boilerplate code in the sense like repeating the same code many times. That is what we call as boilerplate code. So we'll try to reduce that using Lombok, which is a feature of Java. Like you will use annotations actually. So, don't worry about these words are not, you are not familiar with these words, right? So don't worry about them. These are the like advanced topics you will learn by the end of the project too. Okay. So moving on, this is the project 2, and going to project 3. Yeah, this is now let's say by the end of project 2 you are familiar with core Java, uh, JDBC, servlets, like advanced Java topics. You are familiar with client and server request and response architecture. You will be familiar with all of these things by the end of project 2. Now coming to project 3, which is a complete front end and back end application, like which will have the end to end, which is end to end a full stack application. Uh, you will be able to develop that. So employee information system is a complete full stack application. So you are going to implement the backend, you're going to implement the front end using Angular, you're going to implement the backend using Spring Boot. So as I said, it is an added advantage if you know about Spring Boot. Even if you don't know about the Spring Boot framework, you will be familiarized with that topic before starting the project. So, and then you will know how to connect the front end with the back end, how to integrate those two. You will know them. So, and also uh, after completing the project, how to deploy the project in the cloud. See, everything you do in your organization, when you enter organization, whatever the things you are going to do, like the real time projects. So that is what you are going to implement it here. That is what you are going to do here. Pushing your code to GitHub, deploying your code in the cloud, that may be an AWS, Azure, whatever. So everything you will be familiarized. So, so in this project 3, what we are going to concentrate is microservices. So how how we move from a monolithic. Previously, in full stack application, we have something called monolithic applications. And right now, every organization is moving from monolithic applications to microservices. Why microservices means? Uh, so monolithic is like every functionality you have will be combined like a unit. As I said, let's say you have Flipkart, there are several functionalities, right? Like there is a functionality of adding to cart, selecting an item, payment, customer. Like customer details are one thing, and payment is one thing, and then product details are one thing, and adding to cart and deleting from a cart, everything is one thing, right? So previously what happens is every these what every all these services are uh, combined into a unit. Everything is implemented in one unit. So what happens is, like, see, when something goes wrong, when one service goes wrong, everything is affected. This is the problem with the what is it, traditional full stack application. They used to have monolithic application. This is the problem. But right now we have this thing called microservices, where every service is independent of the other. So if even if one service fails, it doesn't affect other services. So yeah, uh, you all know about Netflix, right? Even Netflix is using this microservices because one while using this monolithic applications, it failed. Can you hear me? Okay, fine. I okay. Okay. So yeah. So this microservice architecture is like uh, all the services are independent of each other. So Netflix also, which is like a famous one. Not only Netflix, there are other organizations. Like all the organizations right now are using microservices, but Netflix is the first one to be affected by this monolithic and decided to, you know, uh, sorry, you can hear me, right? The problem, my network. Let me reshare my screen again. Okay. You can see my screen again, right? Okay. So Netflix, okay, we are talking about the Netflix, right? So Netflix is like one of the high profile companies, which is like successfully benefited, highly benefited from this microservices because there are like several benefits of this microservices. One of such benefits is like scalability. So let's say you all know about big billion day sale, right? In Flipkart. I hope you know because everybody knows about big billion day sale, Amazon Day sale. See what happens at the time. The load on the server increases, right? Like all the people like try to because there are several discount products, so everyone is like everyone likes to buy the products during that time compared to other time. So many users trying to access the application. You know, why even like several millions of people trying to access the application, but still the application is like working successfully. You know how? See, microservices is the answer because we have a load balancing. Even if several people visit your website, you will have a load balancing like you will the application is not like what you say see it is something like let me show you user the services are divided into several smaller units and they can work independently. So whenever a user comes and there are several users which are trying to request the same thing, these requests are transferred into using gateway. These requests are transferred into different services. So that is how in microservices. See, there is one unit. Let me uh, explain you in a better way so you can understand. See, let's say there is an application like this. Let's say this is the application, and this application is there is a gateway here, which will transform. Just give me a second. So there will be a gateway where it will transfer a request into different units. So like this it works. So previously what happens is like the request whatever that comes directly hit the application. This is the previous architecture. The current architecture is like there's application and there's the request. Between here we'll have a gateway. So this request, whatever the request that is sent by the user, request in the sense view the product. Some like one user says I want to view the product, another user says I want to buy the product. So there are several requests. Now what happens is this gateway what is that is there in the middle of the application and the services, it will transfer that request into the particular service. There are different services, as I said, there are customer base, there is a payment service, and there is a product, how to use the product or use the product details. So there, like this, there are several services, and this is the user interface where user will send the request. So this gateway will transfer the request to respective service based on the request sent by the user. So this is how the microservice architecture works. Everything is divided into a service. Now things go easy compared to the traditional one, right? So this is you are going to implement this in the project 3. You will be able to implement this microservices architecture. You will know the structure, how things goes. You will learn in project 3. That is the complete backend using Spring Boot. So you will be familiarized with the Spring Boot framework. Spring Boot is generally like a framework for implementing Java real-time projects or enterprise applications. Okay, and also also this is for backend, and for front end we are going to use Angular. For writing Angular, we'll have Angular is the framework for front end. We'll use VS Code, and all those real-time tools. See, this is the environment setup. You can see my screen, right? Yeah. So this is the environment setup for the project tree. This is Postman. Postman is like to test the API. Like we will send a request and you will get a response. To test the REST API or some backend APIs, you will use Postman. Maven is a building tool for the project. It will load all the dependencies or whatever that is required for the project. It will load all of them and it will build the project. So you will get familiar with all these. These are everything is new to you, but these are like required while you develop a full stack application. So these are the things you are going to use in project 3. So by the end of project 3, you will be now a full stack developer. It seems easy to say, but yeah, it will be easy and fun if you do code at a time while you learn, because theory is not a complete thing, because you need to balance between the theory and the coding part. Only then you will be a good full stack developer, right? So yeah, as I said, not only the good thing, we also need to concentrate on the negative scenarios. Negative scenarios in the sense you may get errors sometimes while coding. You may get errors. So everything we are also like, I'll show you like how different type of errors we will face while coding. So even we'll talk about errors, we'll talk about how to debug them. Even we'll concentrate on the negative scenarios while coding. So yeah. So after the end of these 3 projects, the interesting thing is like you will also have mock interviews, live coding sessions, project explanations. Like now my part is completed and your part begins. Like concentrating on you and preparing you for the final what, that is preparing you for an interview, taking mock interviews from you, and making you explain the project, making you will be able to making you ready for the big picture, and the resume preparations, and to get ready and to make you ready with your resume, because resume is the key. Resume will play the key role, right? Even whatever skills you have, that is what they are going to see. The first thing they are going to see is resume before even interviewing you. So that is the best. That is the first thing you need to concentrate. So at the end of like when you get all the skills, now you can fill your resume with all the skills you gain by the end of this course. You can even compare your resumes before and after the course, and you can see a lot change. And this is the complete syllabus, like whatever the topics, the small topics from unit topics. This is the complete picture, whatever we are going to cover. I'll pause a minute so you can see all the topics. Now you can see everything. I'll pause a minute. uh, there are several tools like real-time tools like Zira, Swagger. These are the tools you are going to use when you enter an organization. You will get used to them also. Yeah. Okay. So, okay. So by the end of this course, you will become an expert in Java coding, and you will can be able to create your own applications. You can able to solve there's your own. You can able to you can able to debug your application by your own. You will be an independent programmer, as I said. So, and you will be familiarized with this real-time tools. As I said, why real-time, real-time? I'm stressing it out is because these are the tools you are going to use in your organization to implement a service or to build a product. See, even to create a product, you need to use these are the tools you are going to use while creating a product like Spring Boot, Eclipse, Maven. These are all the real-time tools. There is nothing special or nothing new when you are entering the organization. Whenever they interview you and whenever they say about these tools, you will be like, yeah, I'm familiar with that. I'm comfortable with them. So these are the thoughts that run in your mind when you are interviewed by the organization. So so I guess now I'm open for the Q&A session, and you can ask me whatever you have on your mind. Anything? Okay. Yeah, you can ask. You can post your queries, or you can even unmute your mic and ask, or else you can even type. It's fine. Any doubts? No problem. You can. I mean, just be comfortable. You can ask whatever you have on your mind. Yeah. Also, I forgot to tell you that at the end of the session, not like today, but like every day at the end of the session, uh, I will share the videos and the notes of the session. Like whatever we covered in that class, I'll share that with you at the end of the class every day. So like you can view them and you can like prepare even after the completion of the class. And even if you have doubts anytime, even after the class or like individual doubts, I can clear you. So yeah. You want me to share now? Uh, you want me to share these with you right now? Yeah, I can share them at the end of the session. I can share with everyone of you the PPT and not only this day. I mean, every day you will have access to the videos and recorded sessions of whatever we discussed in the class and the code and the notes, everything. Oh, anything else you can ask? Try to be interactive. You can ask anything. Uh, uh, it is a paid service, so yeah, payment details and everything will be uh, guided you. The administration team will guide you about the payment and all those things. I mean, something related to content, like what is in my hands. I can explain or about any doubts about the content or projects. You can ask me. Yeah. Now, I'll wait for a few more minutes. You can still ask if you have any queries. Uh, any other doubts you can ask. Or even after completing the session, you can still ask any doubts if you have. You can still ask, or you can message me or the administrative team. You can message me. You can they'll be in contact with you. You can ask them if you have something on your mind. Yeah. Yeah, you can see the details of the course sent in the chat window. You can view them. If you have still doubts, there is a number provided. You can message there. Someone will clarify about your doubts. You can note down the number and you can keep the timings on your mind. Like from tomorrow, we'll start this course And tomorrow we will start from 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. So I think that's the end. If you still have any doubts, you can ask on the number that's provided in the chat window. You can contact anytime. From tomorrow, the session begins. The course starts. Yeah. If you don't have any doubts, I think you can leave. If you have doubts, stay in back and ask. Or else, if you are fine with everything, yeah, if you are clear, you can leave the meeting. Uh, Thank you, everyone, for attending the demo. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.